The job of Congress is to represent the people and put the nation's best interests first. It looks like Maxine Waters has a very different objective: funnel as much taxpayer money to leftist cronies as possible. According to Judicial Watch, the longtime liberal lawmaker has introduced a bill that moves over $1 billion to Obamacare navigators, who conveniently happen to almost always be leftist organizations. A fraud-infested Obamacare outreach program will get an astounding $1.2 billion from American taxpayers if legislation introduced by a veteran congresswoman becomes law, the watchdog group explained. The preposterous measure, introduced by California Democrat Maxine Waters a few weeks ago, aims to recruit customers for the health insurance exchanges set up under Obama's disastrous healthcare overhaul, Judicial Watch continued. Waters seems desperate to prop up Obamacare as a source of money for liberal groups, but she already has a shaky record of redirecting federal money to shady projects. The 14-term Congresswoman, investigated by the House Ethics Committee for steering federal funds to her husband's failing Massachusetts bank, crafted the law because the Trump administration slashed Obamacare outreach funding by more than 90%. Her proposed bill is officially called the ACA Outreach Act, and would direct $300 million annually for the next 4 years from Health and Human Services to navigators, who are supposed to help minority and underserved people understand the health insurance process. That may sound like a noble goal after all. Buying health insurance can be daunting, but the problem is that those navigators have a history of being groups with clear far-left agendas. The Obamacare Navigator program was rife with fraud and corruption, and Judicial Watch sued HHS back in 2014 to obtain records that the agency refused to provide under the Freedom of Information Act, the watchdog group explained. In 2013, the Obama administration gave dozens of leftists' organizations a whopping $67 million to help people navigate health insurance exchanges that weren't even fully established. Nice work if you can get it. One look at the actual groups receiving millions in Navigator grants makes it painfully obvious that this is a liberal money transfer scheme. They include Campesinos Sin Fronteras, or Farmers Without Borders, a pro-Mexican immigration group. Planned Parenthood branches in 3 states. The Arab Community Center in Michigan. The Black Chamber of Commerce. Some of the Navigator money went to a labor front group called Restaurant Opportunities Center of New York, headed by an illegal immigrant activist named Maria Mariquin. Judicial Watch elaborated the group received Navigator funds shortly after Mariquin, an illegal alien from Peru, had been arrested for participating in disruptive demonstrations protesting the deportation of fellow undocumented immigrants and demanding amnesty. Is that where you believe over $1 billion in taxpayer money should be going? The Trump administration certainly doesn't think so, which is why they cut the fraud-filled Obamacare Navigator program by 90%. If Waters gets her way, that money would begin flowing back to her political allies on the left. This kind of waste and abuse is exactly why the D.C. swamp needs to be drained. It's time to call out these cronies and let 14-term bureaucrats like Waters know that their games won't be tolerated anymore.